what's going on, guys. Today I got a video for y'all about food, which for me was the most complicated part of gaining weight and working out and getting strong big. So I'm just gonna go through what I eat on a normal basis. It's not always the same every single day, but this is pretty much what I eat most of the time. So I'm gonna put all the nutritional info on there for you guys, and if you got any questions, put in the comments below, and hope you enjoy. Alright, I forgot to record breakfast this morning, so I'm just gonna show you guys what I ate. So for breakfast, I literally do this every day. This has been my breakfast for a long time. We got eggs up in here. I ate 4 eggs, whipped them up on the stove here, nice clean stove. 4 eggs with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. For the longest time I used extra virgin olive oil because I thought it was better for you, but it's literally exactly the same as far as the macros and calories, except extra virgin olive oil is not as good. It's more for like salads and stuff. So definitely go with the regular olive oil. Don't be stupid like me. I also grab a bowl here. I got this maple and brown sugar oatmeal. 2 packets of those every day. I don't really measure the amount of milk. I'm just I eyeball it. I would say probably a half a cup to 3/4 a cup, 2% milk up in here. And that is breakfast. Alright, now so for our post-workout meal, I do a shake, which, contrary to popular belief, protein powder shakes after a workout are really not that important. I just do it because it's easy to get down. So what I'll do is I'll get a scoop of protein powder. I do flavorless because I put other things inside of it, and I don't want the nasty ass flavor of flavor protein, because I swear there's no good flavor of flavor protein. So I go flavorless, grass-fed whey protein, cup of 2% milk, and we got bananas over here. So I grab 2 bananas over here, 2 bananas, and then we got the peanut butter right here. I use a natural peanut butter. Scoop of protein, 2 bananas, and yes, this is how I open bananas. So we got the 2 bananas up in there. I cut them up a little bit so it's easier to blend. And we got peanut butter, and I put 2 tablespoons, roughly 2 tablespoons, basically 2 spoonfuls, which is 190 calories. Just don't underdo it. We're trying to bulk up, gain weight, so if anything, underestimate the amount of calories that you're putting in there, so you're actually eating more than you think. You don't want to undershoot yourself and then not be eating enough and then not getting enough weight. That's about how much I put in 1 spoonful there. And of course, lick it. Gonna give it a little blend. I'm not gonna lie, it is super rich and sweet, but it's much better than eating like some BS, unnatural flavored, artificial flavored protein. It's just gross. So a lot of people, of course, drink protein shakes after the workouts. Which is good. Isn't a bad thing, but definitely isn't necessary. It's more important to get the amount of daily protein intake than it is to chug a protein shake right after. It's just as important. I believe it's just as important to get carbs in after your workout to get your blood sugar back up. So that's why I put 2 bananas up in there, and then peanut butter is mostly just to add calories and taste, of course. So there you go. Alright, now we're moving on to lunch. For lunch, I keep it pretty light. Most of the time I eat 6 ounces of chicken here, and I season it with this stuff over here. It is a Buffalo Ranch seasoning blend, Frank's Red Hot. It's pretty dope. Any kind of seasoning that works. I also use roughly a tablespoon of olive oil on each of them. Just make sure you like it. I used to just bake it and not put any seasoning or anything. You definitely need to put some seasoning. For sure you need to put some seasoning on that stuff, because it's really, by itself, it's not that good. And over here, just warmed up my cup of rice, which I use white rice. I buy them in these little packages here. This is so much easier, and I think it tastes better than these little 2-packs are pretty cheap. I don't remember exactly the price, but I like doing that much better than buying the whole box and having to take the time to bake it, because you just put them in the microwave for a minute and you're good to go. And this right here is like the secret to gaining weight for me. It's a Naked Blue Machine, which it doesn't have to be a Blue Machine, it can be anything. This sucker has 170 calories, straight up carbs, sugar, but there's no added sugars. It's all fruit juice, straight up fruit juice, no added sugars. And it has a lot of vitamins, as you can see, a lot of good stuff in there. But I put a whole glass here, which is actually 2 servings, so it's roughly 340, which is a good way to pack on calories pretty easily. It's pretty easy to get down, and it tastes good. So, yeah, there's lunch. All right, now we're moving on to dinner, which I'm packing up now before I head to work. First, we got another 6 ounces of chicken, which is kind of boring, obviously, because we just had chicken for lunch. But I like it. So if you like it, go for it. If you don't really like it, it's not something you want to eat every day, you can always substitute with, I got tilapia in here that I use sometimes. Tilapia, I use ground turkey. I make a chili sometimes, or sometimes I'll put it in the spaghetti. And then we got spaghetti, which this is the angel hair spaghetti, which I'm a big fan of the thin spaghetti, angel hair spaghetti, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's much better than the thicker one. So we got this right here, which is 200 calories per serving, which that's 2 servings right there. And also got the Parmesan cheese and the spaghetti sauce. Pasta is a great way to put on some weight. It's got a lot of carbs. I believe it's like 45-ish carbs per serving, which there's 2 in here, so it's roughly 90 carbs in here. And then it's also got 7 grams of protein per serving, so there's 14 grams of protein here, which is obviously a good thing. Then you got the cheese on top of it, but cheese is not necessarily a good fat, but it does have protein in it as well, so it makes it taste good. That's why I put it on there. Not really any nutritional reason. And then the pasta sauce, which has some sugar in it, and it's very low calorie, but you gotta put pasta sauce on it. Then we got the fruit. We got 2 kiwis. If you've never had a kiwi, just go try them. They're the bomb. Jeff Nippard is the one that turned me on the kiwis, and they're legit. Really good stuff. And then we got 1 pear, because I just like pears, and they're a good source of calories and fiber. And then we got Greek yogurt, which has 12 grams of protein and a decent amount of sugar in it, which it is added sugar, so I mean it's not the best for you, but you gotta pack on them calories, bro. And then of course Greek yogurt has a lot of good probiotics in it. It's good for your gut health. And then we got some nuts, which usually I just like pack out a little Ziploc bag of pecans that I have over here, but I figured we've had these since Christmas and nobody's eating them, so I figured I'd finish them off. So yeah. Now when I get home from work, I'll eat a late night snack. What I will normally do is I have this stuff right here, which is the bomb. If you've never had it, it's guacamole salsa. Herdez, however you say it, Herde. Some good stuff. I usually put 2 tablespoons in a serving, 50 calories. I say I probably put 2 servings and eat it. And I'll use these just normal little tortilla chips right up in there, bite size. So I'll eat some of that, and then I'll eat this All Brand, which is pretty much 100% fiber, to get my fiber up for the night. See, it's got 17 grams of fiber in a serving, which is only half a cup. Trust me, half a cup is all you'll need, because it's hard to eat any more than this stuff, because it's really dense, and you can tell it's just straight up fiber. It's good. It's got some sugar in it. But yeah, I wouldn't eat more than a half a cup. You wouldn't need any more fiber than that. And of course, inside with All Brand, it's like a half a cup, maybe a full cup of milk. And then I will take some more milk to finish it off. Full glass of milk, which is about 18 ounces, 2 servings of milk, 2% milk for me. I drink milk at night. I mostly because I like it, but also because the milk protein is casein protein, which is a slow digesting protein, so it can slowly digest it over the night. which is a hell of a lot cheaper than buying casein protein. Just drink freaking milk. So yeah, that is what I eat on a normal day. I'll put all the total calorie amounts up there when I edit this thing, and hope this can help you out a little bit. Alright, here we are on MyFitnessPal. So this is where I put in all my calories to see what I'm eating and make sure I'm eating the correct amount of calories and macros and all that stuff. So here's what I had down in the video, everything I put into here, and that's where I got all my numbers from. So you can see it adds up to 4,228 calories, which is actually a little higher than what I shoot for, but I want to overshoot rather than undershoot just because my numbers, they're not exact. I don't measure everything to get the exact amount of calories. Whenever I first started, I did measure everything to make sure I was getting enough, and then after doing that for so long and eating so consistently, I just stopped measuring because I knew what I needed. I knew I had the right amount. So yeah, I just stopped measuring and I just kind of eyeballed. I knew how much 8 ounces was. I knew how much 6 ounces was. I knew how much a cup was just by looking at it. So after a while, you'll get used to what you're eating. You'll get used to the numbers and the what 6 ounces looks like and what you'll need to add. So yeah, this is everything. MyFitnessPal is pretty easy to use. So you just go in here and you go to your food, and you see you can add food right here. You can type in whatever you need and then just put in there. It pretty much has a massive database, pretty much everything you need. So it's pretty simple. So here you got 47% carbs, 24% protein, 29% fat. And I know I said I shoot for, I think I said 50 50% carbs, 25% protein, 25% fats. You want to be consistent, not perfect. You want to be consistently putting in these calorie amounts in your macros and consistently eating enough. You're not going to get perfect with your numbers, especially with gaining weight. It's a lot easier to be lenient with what you're eating. If you were cutting calories, I would absolutely measure everything and make sure you're not eating too much. But we're trying to gain weight, so we can be a lot more lenient here with our numbers. It makes just always undershoot. I always say undershoot just so you can be eating more than what you think you're eating. So always undershoot, and yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. It's gonna be difficult to get this much calories down at first, so I would definitely recommend doing what I did and starting lower, like at 2,800. I think I started at like 3,000, 3,200 maybe, and then slowly work your way up until you see yourself gaining weight consistently. So I actually stopped at 3,700 and I would see consistent weight gain. Then it kind of stopped. So now I bumped up to 3,900. So I watch my weight week by week to see what's happening, and I know I have a high metabolism, obviously, because I'm eating so much calories and I'm still struggling to gain weight. So if you're like me, a skinny guy, probably your metabolism is probably really high and it's hard to gain weight. But if you are consistently eating a lot of calories like this and have your macros decently distributed in this sort of manner right here, you'll see results. And you have to be working out with this as well, because if you're just eating this much calories and not working out, not putting in the work at the gym, you're probably going to see more fat introduced to yourself rather than muscle. So it goes hand in hand. I think food's obviously it's more important than the workouts themselves. You have to have the right food you gotta feel your body to be able to see the results. If you're putting in a bunch of work and then you're not feeling your body, you're not gonna get the results because you don't have the fuel to recover from your workouts. I can't stress this enough. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.